This automation executes every 1 hour and it will give you back the Sora 2 AI chiropractor videos that you have seen go viral on your social media, just like these ones.
You won't feel a thing.
Hopefully this fixes my stiff neck.
Here we go. Great adjustment. Come back next week for round 2.
My neckers hurt!
You won't feel a thing.
Hopefully this fixes my stiff neck.
Huh. Hey! Come back here, you didn't pay!
Deep, deep, deep breath, okay? Well, that's a lawsuit. Next client, come in please.
Hello everyone, if you're new here, my name is Ken Vos. I've made over 6 figures with crypto before going all in on AI. Now I build automations that save time, grow your brand and boost your revenue. In this video, I'll show you how to create those viral AI chiropractor videos on autopilot. I'd like to show you some examples first, how people are creating these videos and getting millions and millions of views on their TikTok, Instagram or YouTube shorts. Here's an account I found on TikTok that only produces this kind of videos. As we can see, he produces viral videos on a regular basis, and I've seen that this channel is only 10 days old. Let's have a look at his most viral video, which is about 5 days old and has already gotten 28.6 million views. Let's watch it.
You won't feel a thing.
Hopefully this fixes my stiff neck.
Here we go. Great adjustment. Come back next week for round 2.
My neckers hurt!
You won't feel.
As we can see, these videos are funny in nature and are super unexpected. Now, just a disclaimer YouTube, this is a funny AI video and not a real grandma getting smashed in the wall. Now that we got that out of the way, we can see that this video has 2.4 million shares, because it has that wow and unexpected factor. People like to share this kind of stuff, which are unexpected, along with 2.8 million likes. Have a look at his TikTok account. Every video gets tens of thousands of views. Let's see the frequency that he posts these videos. His latest video, it was about 20 hours ago. Let's see the second one. Again 20 hours. Even the third one is on 20 hours. I 100% think that this guy is using an automation to create these videos hourly or even 10 minutes apart. This video that he produced 20 hours ago already got 500,000 views. I'd like to show you this other guy also on Instagram this time, not on TikTok, that is making a killing with views with this kind of videos. This account doesn't even have a profile picture, and look at how many views he's getting. 95k views, 123,000, 3 million views. Let's have a look at this 3 million one.
All right, Miss Duncan, shoulders loose, big breath in for me.
Okay.
And out.
Here we go. Sweet heavens, was that supposed to happen?
Definitely not
You
like
just
that.
installed me into the wall, young man.
These guys are doing the same kind of videos every time. A chiropractor breaking, smashing, throwing the grandma, and it's getting hundreds of millions of views. This is a cheat code to getting millions of views if you're doing this right now, because nobody else is doing this. Now let's go over how to create this automation that produces this kind of videos on autopilot hourly. By the way, the page that we are creating this kind of automations, it's called n8n, and here is how our workflow looks like. We first have a create prompt section, which we have included a schedule trigger. This trigger right here is the key to creating these videos hourly, because it executes this workflow every 1 hour. Then we have an AI agent, which I've optimized with the best prompts to create those chiropractor videos to a T. After this AI agent creates the prompt, I've also optimized it with a simple memory, which is super beneficial for this workflow, because we don't want to make the same video over and over again, but basically it will produce the same kind of genre. Moving on, we have the create video section. As we can see, we have a create video node. We are using key.ai API to create this kind of videos. I'll explain it on detail later. Then we are getting that video from key.ai and checking if it is done or not. I'll explain also this wait and if node. Without this, the automation will produce many errors and definitely will not be on autopilot. And in the last section, we download the video to the n8n workflow and upload it to our Google Drive folder. As you can see, I've done tons of tests already to create the perfect prompt for these videos. But basically, the videos get uploaded to your Google Drive folder, and then you can upload it to your social medias of your choice, Instagram, TikTok or YouTube Shorts. Before going on detail on how to create this automation from scratch, you can find it already done for you inside the classroom section of my community. You just download it and upload it to n8n and you can start creating those videos immediately. By the way, also one of my members already made $860 with this kind of automations with Sora 2 on autopilot, and he just started doing this a couple weeks ago. I'm telling you guys, the opportunities are massive right now now for the ones who take action and take risks. If you're watching this video, you are already on the right path, because as we can see also on Google Trends, the AI automations demands are rising very fast, and learning this kind of automations will pay you off in a big way. So I do recommend investing some time today to learning this increasingly important skill, as it will prove very valuable in the future. Let's have a look now on detail of how you can create this automation from scratch. First of all, this page is called n8n. Just go and open a Google tab and search for n8n.io. Create an account by clicking on Get Started or sign in if you have one already. If you are new to this kind of stuff, when you create this account you will have a 2-week trial to create as many automations as you want, so that will be plenty of time to learn this stuff. Let's start with the create prompt section. First of all, you have to find the schedule trigger. You can find it by clicking on the plus icon on the right side and searching for schedule trigger. On a schedule is called right here, and this node will pop up. When you go inside of it, now I recommend doing this trigger interval every hour by clicking on hour here and inserting number 1 for hours between triggers. This will allow the automation to be executed every hour and upload those videos into a Google Drive. Once you have this node, then you click on the plus icon, which should be right next to it, and search for an AI agent. After you get that AI agent, here is how it should look like inside. For the source for prompt, click on define below and not connected chat trigger node. I'll show you the prompt now in just a minute, but first go to the system message, which you should find in the options right here. Expand this and we should see the full system message that I have provided for this kind of videos. What system message means is basically the instructions we give to the AI agent on how to create these prompts. As we can see, I've said to the AI agent that you are an AI designed to create video suggestions for short form content. Your sole response must strictly adhere to the following JSON format. After that, I've provided a JSON format code of how it should produce the output. This is very important because it will dictate of how we create these videos. They must be JSON safe, because otherwise the automation will not work. Then we have some instructions. You can pause the video and read this for yourself, but basically I've said to the AI agent a couple of instructions of how the title and the prompt should be like when it gives the output. This just makes sure that the output it gives us is the best possible and gives us no errors. Moving on now, let's go over of how I created these prompts to make these videos. Let's expand this prompt right here by clicking on expression and open this up right here. Here's how this prompt looks like. As you saw for my Google Drive folder, I have optimized this prompt to a T. I am basically using the same prompts that those guys with millions of views are using. We have said to the agent to generate a prompt with most of the stuff that I will describe. You can change only stuff like appearance or things that don't change the course of the scene and remains its integrity. This is very important because otherwise the AI agent will create different kind of scenes, and we don't want that. We want to create the same scene but with different appearances. For example, the office looks a bit different, the chiropractor is not the same one every time, and the grandma might be clothed differently. This is the other part of what I said. A high quality social media video filmed in a brightly lit professional chiropractic office. We have to be as descriptive as possible because otherwise Sora tool will fill the scene with random stuff. That's why I call this the God prompt, because it does the job perfectly. I've also described the chiropractor. As we can see, I've set a muscular male chiropractor in a dark shirt performing a neck adjustment on an elderly woman with white hair lying on a black treatment table. Then this part right here in the middle is very important because you can change this also to your liking. If you go on detail, I've set the chiropractor saying to the grandma, deep breath, and then just a moment later it cracks her neck and a cracking sound can be heard. He then waits a second and says lawsuit incoming, then hurls the grandma out of the 30-story window, breaking the window into pieces, and the grandma falling from the building. YouTube, just one more time, this is for educational purposes, these are not real people and it's AI only. Moving on. Then he says, happily, who's next? Being all proud. This is the main scene that we are providing for these videos. Now this part on the bottom right here is very important because otherwise Sora tool will create like a cinematic scene for this video with different cuts and movements we don't want in the video. That's why I've said the camera doesn't cut in different shots but stays in the same place the whole time, getting everything. It is far enough to capture all the grandma and the chiropractor and the throwing out the window, like it was filmed normally by a person with a phone. This is important now. No cinematic cuts like in movies, but a normal video as if it was filmed by a person with a phone. To be honest, this is the part that I had to experiment the most with because the videos were not turning out like I wanted them, and this fixed it. That is all for the prompt. Now to complete this AI agent, we have to connect the chat model. which I've connected OpenAI, and the ChatGPT 4.1 model. To connect this model, you should see a plus icon below the chat model on AI agent. Click on it and this should pop up. Now if you don't have credentials connected yet, click on this box right here and search for create a new credential. The only thing you have to do here is provide your API key. And to get that is super simple. Go on a new tab and search for platform.openai.com. Please create an account right here and go to this settings icon and search for API keys on the left. You should see this page open up and you just click on this create a new secret key button. That's where you get your API key. And by the way, just fill your account up with some credits, like $5 will be more than enough for this kind of prompts. Put your API key right here and click on save. The next step to do now is connect a memory to this agent. Click on this plus icon inside the agent and you should search for simple memory. Now on simple memory, for session ID, click on define below and enter a 4 random number. This is just a session key ID to save the memory. And for the context window length, just put 10. The reason we connected a simple memory to the agent is that it gets the last 10 prompts it has created and doesn't repeat itself to create the same prompts over and over again. This way you can create these videos without repeating the same scene. After you connected that, go on AI agent again and click on the plus icon for the tool now. This time search for the think tool. Just leave this field as default, you don't have to write anything right here. And that is all for this. What this think node does is that it makes the agent smarter. Before it gives us the output, it double checks it and makes sure it is the exact same one in the format we want. The next part after the tool is that we connect an output parser. If you don't see a plus icon right here, just toggle this require specific output format on. Once you do that, you can see this plus icon show up. Click on it and search for structured output parser now. Once you're inside of that node, open this up and make sure you have this exact same code, because otherwise this agent won't produce the same output we want. You can screenshot this and paste it to ChatGPT or Gemini and tell it to give you the text back. Once you paste this code inside, then make sure to toggle on this autofix format and the plus icon should pop up on the bottom. Now once you see that plus icon, just drag and drop it inside the model. Now both the AI agent and the output parser will use the same chat model. We basically gave them a brain to work. And that is all for the AI agent. Let's execute it and see the output. The node was successfully executed and now we can see this prompt right here along with the title of the video. Let's move on to the create video section. Beside the AI agent you should see a plus icon. Click on it and search for HTTP request. A node with this web icon should come out. For the method we move it to post and the URL you have to put this exact same one. Make sure to screenshot this also, or you can enter it manually. This is the URL we use to create these Sora 2 videos. I'll explain it in a moment. For the authentication, click on generic credential type, header authentication then, and for the header authentication, you have to connect your credentials. If you haven't already, click on create new credential, and now we have to connect our key.ai credentials. This is the page we use to create these videos. Open a new tab and search for key.ai. Create an account right here and click on Explore AI API. Then you go to the left side where we see API key right here and click on Create API key. A key should be now created for our account and we go back to n8n and you will do exactly as I tell you now. For the name, enter authorization. Just like so, with a capital A. Now this is a tricky part for the value. Click on expression right here, remove this if you have anything, and now enter it exactly like this. Bearer with a capital B, space, and then paste your API key right here. Basically, it should look like this. Once you paste your API key, you're done. Just click on save and the credentials will be saved into your account. Also, don't forget to fill this account out with some credits. The minimum, I think it was about $5, and it will be more than enough to create 30 plus AI videos with Sora 2. Because one video costs about 15 cents, so it's super cheap. Just click on billing and fill your account up. We go back to this node and we toggle on this body right here. We search for JSON, specify body using JSON, and inside of this field we have to put this exact same code. This is the code per documentation to use Sora 2 API and create these videos. If this green code right here is red for you, you can fix it very easily by going to this left side and searching for prompt, as you can see, and just drag and drop in it inside of this parenthesis. Now it will be green for you and the code will read this prompt right here and translate it dynamically through this code. All you have to do now is just click on execute. If you see a code 200 right here with a message success, then it means the video is processing right now. Let's move on to the next node. Click on the plus icon right next to this HTTP request. Also, I have named all these nodes so I don't get lost. You can do that by just double clicking on it. Go inside, and on the top right here you can just click on it and rename it. I've renamed it to create video so I get organized easier. Once you click on the plus icon, search for wait node. This is the node that we are looking for. On the resume, click after time interval, and for the wait amount you just enter here 1. And the wait unit seconds. I'll show you very soon how this is super beneficial for this system to make it autopilot. Let's execute this node right now. It should come out like this. Click on the plus icon right next to it and search for another HTTP node. This time the method should be get and not post because we are getting the video back. The URL should be this exact same one. Screenshot this or type it yourself. For the authentication is the same, generic credential type, header authentication, and search for your credentials you just created. Toggle the send query parameters on. For the specify query parameters using fields below, and for the query parameters name, you enter task ID with a capital I, and inside the value, just go on the left as you can see on the wait node, just drag and drop this ID inside the value field. It should produce the same output as here. And that's it for this node, just execute this step. Now in my case, because I took the time to explain this node, the video has already been done. But we have to do another step now that prevents errors in case we are doing this on autopilot. Here's what you should do. Click on the plus icon right next to it and search for the if node. You should have this green icon right here. On the conditions fields, on the first one, you just drag and drop this state. Get it from the left side, just drag and drop it inside this field. This basically gets the value of the state variable, which now is success. But if we are doing this on autopilot, it should be on processing. Most of the time. In the middle, search for the string and go to the is equal to. And in the right field you have to type success. What this condition does is that it compares the value of the state variable to the value we have entered on the right. So if the video has finished, the state should be success and we move on to the next node. If it's not success, then here is what you do. In this if node we have two ways, a true one and a false. Go to the false one and just drag and drop the plus icon behind the wait node. This is the key for this automation to be on autopilot, because the system checks every second now if the video is done, and if it's not, it goes through the loop over and over again until the video is done. Once it is done, it should say success and we move on to the next node. Click on the plus icon right here, right next to true, and search for the last HTTP request node. For the method we should put it on get, but before we continue here, let's execute the previous nodes. Now we see it downloaded because I already filled the URL, but in your case you have to put this exact same one. Screenshot this also and paste it to ChatGPT to give you the text back. We can't just drag and drop this result JSON right here, because in this case key.ai doesn't give us only the URL. It gives us also this result URL at the beginning, and we don't want that. We just want the URL. And I've made it possible to get only the URL through this code. Once you have put that in, just execute this step. And you should see this data right here. This is the file that we have gotten back from the processing. Before we continue, let's have a look of how it turned out.
Deep breath. Lawsuit incoming. Who's next?
As we can see, it produced the same kind of scene of those viral videos. And the next time this is executed, it will be a little bit different every time. Let's move on to the final step right now, which is uploading this file to our Google Drive folder. Click on the plus icon right next to the download video node and search for Google Drive, and you should see a couple of sections pop up. You should search for the upload file one. Now that you open this up, click on these credentials to connect with, and if you don't have your credentials, click on create new credential. And we have to connect our client ID and the client secret. Just ask the assistant about this step. It will give you some instructions which take about 1 or 2 minutes to complete. Now that you filled the information and saved, click on resource which search for file. Operation should be upload. For the input data field name, you should put it exactly data, because that's the default name n8n gives these files. For the file name right now, here's how we get it. Click on schema on the left, go again to the AI agent node, and search for the title variable, as we can see right here. Just drag and drop this inside the field name. Now all the files that will be uploaded in your Google Drive should have a unique name every time. In our case it's Chiropractor's Wild Adjustment Prank. For the parent drive, click on My Drive, and the parent folder, now I recommend creating a folder inside of your Google Drive and selecting it right here, because that's the folder which the files will be uploaded. I've already named mine Sora 2 videos, and let's execute this final step. Now we can go on inside our Google Drive and see the video uploaded inside of here. All is left to do is just download the video and upload it to your socials, just like these guys who have gotten millions of views. That was the final step for this workflow. The only thing left to do now is click on this inactive toggle right here on the top and make it to active. Now the system will trigger this automation every hour and upload those videos into your Google Drive folder. You can continue about your day forgetting about this, and the videos will be done for you on autopilot. You just download them and upload them to your socials, which takes about 2 minutes. I will upload this template inside my community so you can start immediately getting results. Also inside you can find people already doing this kind of stuff, which you can collaborate with, share ideas, workflow and everything AI related. Also you will have direct access to me, and I will always be available to give you ideas, help you when things break and support you on this journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, comment of what you think of this workflow, and I'll see you guys on the next one.